Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. So till now we have seen, installing the FTD firewalls in routed and transparent mode and then adding them to FMC, basically the top two and this topology here. Now, today we will see configuring a FDB, basically installing a FDM managed FTD that will run in routed mode. FDM is the on the box management mode, and this FTD won't be managed by this FMC, but on box management itself. So just right click and let's start this FTD. Okay, as per the notification, FTD has been started. Okay, icon color has now changed, and now I'll go to its console. Okay, here we are on its console. Now I'll wait for it to go to the login screen, and till then I'll pause the video. Okay, so we have now reached to the login screen. Let's put the user ID and the default password. Let's display the EULA, accept the EULA, enter the new password. Okay, we want to configure IPv4 on the management interface. Yes, we want to configure IPv6. No, we want the manual. What should be the IP address on the management interface? So for this firewall, we will have 192.168.253.220. That's what will be my IP address for this firewall. And mask should be /24, and my gateway would be 192.168.253.2. And then what should be the fully qualified host name for this system? We will go with FTD-3 because 1 and 2 we already used. I'm just keeping it separate. So FTD-3, I am going to use my own DNS servers, and then such domains none. Now my information has changed, so the IP addressing or the other information we just mentioned, it is being updated now. And after this, it will ask for a couple of things. Okay, so do you want to manage the device locally? At this stage, when we wanted to manage our FMC, FTD from the FMC, we entered no, but this time I'll keep it yes because we are going to manage the device locally. Also, it says configuring firewall mode to route it. I'm not sure why it took it automatically, but let's see. Successfully performed first boot initial configuration steps. So it looks like it's okay. Now, if I run here show network command, so show network runs on FTDs and shows you the management interface configuration. So you can see DNS router is enabled 8305. We have gateway, we have management IP address, and other values being shown here. And there is no proxy in use. Now let's look at its GUI. So this is FDM managed because we are managing it locally. I will close this from here and I'll go to the browser window and I need to type HTTPS 192.168.253.220 and yes, let's click on advanced, accept the risk and continue. So yeah, this is the login screen for the FDM. So FDM is Firewall Device Manager, okay, which is the on-box management of the FTD firewall. Let's put the user ID and let's put the password. Oh, sorry, just let me retype it. Okay, so right now, Secure Firewall Device Manager Bootstrap stuff is going on. So it says estimated time left is 1 minute 52 seconds and 33 tasks of 69 tasks are completed. We can wait for that time or I can pause the video. So let's pause the video because in the end, I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to be looking at this screen and waiting for it to come up. I'll just pause the video while this thing completes. Okay, so that has completed. Now I'm just gonna hit OK to move forward. Okay, so this is how the GUI looks like in terms of FDM. Here, you have a management port that's showing green with the IP address. You have 00, you have 0 by 1. So 0 by 1 is connected to inside network and 0 by 0 is the WAN port. It has also obtained the DHCP based IP address, which we will override and we will, you know, give it our own chosen IP address and for the inside as well. So 0 by 1 is going to inside, 0 by 0 is going to outside. And then, yep, we need to configure any internet connection. So Rule 1, trust outbound traffic. This rule allows traffic to go from inside to outside, which is needed for smart license configuration. Perfect, that's fine. Default action is other than that, block all traffic. So use IPv4. No, we want to do on the outside interface, we want to do manually input. And the IP address we are going to use is 221. So I'll just put it 192.168.253.221. I say mask is same and gateway would be 192.168.253.2. IPv6, I'm not gonna use it. It should stay disabled and then do a next. So it says saving changes may take about around 2 minutes. There is few other information mentioned at the bottom of the screen, model of the device, serial number, what's the version, and then this stack at the rate cisco.com is the support's email address and the contact number to dial to get the Cisco support here. While it's deploying the changes, I'll pause the video and once it's done, we will move to the next stage. Okay, it has moved to the next stage. So here on the next screen, we need to set up our time zone. So my time zone is Asia Pacific. So Asia, I need to search for Asia. So I'm in UTC plus 5:30, and in India, let's do it. UTC plus 5:30 Asia Kolkata. Use the default NTP servers. I'm not gonna change. I have an option to define my own NTP servers or the default NTP servers. I'm gonna use the defined NTP servers. I'm just gonna hit next. So so this green line really shows I have connectivity to the DNS servers. I have connectivity to the internet from this box. And now, once this stuff is complete, I'll have that NTP section going further as well. So let's see what's the next. Register with Cisco Smart Software Manager. I don't have, again, a smart account. So I don't have a token. I will say continue with the evaluation period of 90 seconds and I'll select the performance tier as FTD V10. 4 cores, 8J, 1 Gbps, VPN limit 250, and I'm just gonna hit finish here. So these were some of the basic settings other than what we already did on the FTD console. So now it says it's saving up. This device is up and ready to be configured. What's next? Device will be cloud managed if you want to use Cisco Defense Orchestrator. And this is going to be a standalone device. The configure interfaces, configure policy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to hit it and the smart license you see NTP has come green. That means I have connectivity to NTP. Smart license is yellow because I'm on a trial period and I have one static route. I have three enabled interfaces out of five. So you see this. This is the front page of the FTD once all the basic settings have been configured, and if you're gonna control it from the um, FDM. And monitoring stuff is here when you want to see the logs for the connections, etc. And we will also look into that in further. Policies are here. Objects creation is here. But suppose you want to configure the interfaces. Interfaces are here, routing is here, and any updates related to VDB, etc. are here. And backup and restore is here, site-to-site VPN, remote access VPN, for it requires RA VPN license. And then advanced configuration includes flex config, smart CLI, etc. But here, yeah, if you go here as in the device administration, you can see, the audit logs and the configuration download stuff, get the device configuration. Other than that, just one second. Let me go back to the device. Yeah, if you click here, you can come back to the same screen here. Okay. Now, other than that, if we do here see more, then you have in terms of system settings, management access, and DNS server management interface, time services, reboot and shutdown of the box, central management of the box. If you have the FMC stuff, UL filtering preferences, SSL settings. We'll talk about them in later. But let me show you the interface. See, interfaces are here. Outside is this. Inside has been configured as this. Let me just configure the inside interface because I need 10.0.0.1 here. So I'll say interface name. This is like name if on the ASA. Okay, IP4 address is static. I'm gonna do 10.0.0 dot sorry dot 0.1, and the mask is gonna stay the same. I'm gonna delete this DHCP server pool because this is not required. I'm not gonna use the default addressing here. So IPv6 address none, advanced, enable for HA monitoring. I don't have HA, then it doesn't matter here. And yep, that's it. And then I'll hit OK. So I will show you, how an interface is configured now. But these changes are right now not live. So it's like having them in the Palo Alto's candidate configuration and not in. In order to have them go to the running configuration, click here to see the pending changes. See, I changed the IP address and then just do deploy now. Now these changes are going into the running configuration of the FTD. Okay, so its deployment is in progress. I'll let it go, or I can hit here OK, and then later on click here and see how does it going. It may take few minutes to complete. So I'll pause the video, and as soon as it completes, I'll resume. Okay, so as you can see, the deployment is now complete. It says there are no pending changes yet, or you can click on deployment history to see what deployments have gone through. That will be under again, the audit log. You see deployment completed, and if you click here, yeah, it just shows about event type, and you can see differences with before and after configuration as well by going in here, device administration audit logs. You can also go on to here, after clicking on here by the view configuration. Okay, so this FTD is now ready. Now ready. It's now ready. So it's running in routed mode. Yes, it's running in routed mode. Now, yep, that's it for this video. And I will see you in another video. Till then, have a good day.